Hello everyone and welcome back. This is game 2 of the series between Scrambles and Tree of Arbor. Tree of Arbor shows the map this time and it is Kanto Plains. Good map actually. It's pretty flat, but I like the subtle hills here and the trees. I think I already talked about this, so I won't go into too much detail. Bringing 3 bow cavalry, good to see some good skirmish action, because it looks like Scrambles is planning on some skirmishing of his own with 2 bow warrior monks and matchlock samurai. So let's look at the infantry component for Tree here. Is that a bow hero? I see, yes it is a bow hero. Again, he's got that front line of Yari Ashigaru, which were pretty decent in the last map, but could have maybe held out a little. Oh my gosh, 4 warrior monks. Nope, wait, that's 3. I was going to say that would be unfortunate if you went and broke the Naginata monk limit. There's a limit of 3, folks, just remember. 2 matchlock Ashigaru. Jeez, I'm used to seeing so many Yari Ashigaru. His general's dismounted too, so going a big infantry build. We saw this sort of thing from King's India, and it worked pretty well for him, so I've seen the same sort of thing here from Tree, and it looks like all this cavalry for Scrambles is going around to this side. We've got a Great Guard and some Yari cavalry. That's going to be it, 2 Great Guard and 3 Yari cavalry. And Scrambles is pulling back and taking a defensive posture over here in the trees, which may not be the best play. Well, I guess he is going up against bow cavalry, but so many spears here. In fact, are there any swords even for Tree? No swords whatsoever. Fortunately, the matchlocks, that's unfortunately for the for Tree, man, the matchlocks are on the wrong side to deal with the cavalry, and that would be great to just blast this cavalry away with matchlocks, but not going to be able to do that as they're on this side. But maybe you can try and lure them over. It's kind of funny, the bow cavalry are actually chasing the melee cavalry around the map and doing some decent damage. As the Yari cavalry is already down to 47, make that 46 men. And it's actually, look at this, just chasing them around, but maybe just waiting and dragging them far away from the army so he can capitalize, but Tree is going to turn around right away and won't get caught up by that. Naginata monks are turned around as well and are ready to... Oh no, they didn't turn around. For some reason I thought they did. But just so many spears. I don't think early cavalry action is going to work at all here for Scrambles. If he risks losing this entire cavalry component, either just outright skirmishing or making a mistake and getting pinned down by these spears. I really don't think he should be trying to push anything here. Maybe just kind of let the cavalry come to him, because he has 2 bow warrior monks which outrange bow cavalry, so he should be able to skirmish them no problem. And I don't think it's worth it to lose all these cavalrymen. Look at all this. Dead horses. Bit of a waste. It is a waste. Bow cavalry have actually, they've lost a few men, lost about 7 total, but not as many as Scrambles has lost. Lost about 30-40 cavalrymen. So it's working out quite well for Tree, and actually he's captured both of the buildings here as well, so he's going to get that speed and stamina boost that'll really help the skirmishing on the bow cavalry. And he's got the sword dojo just for kicks, which will really help with his Yari Ashigaru in the melee fight. But let's take a look at the infantry for Scrambles. He's actually off in the trees, so we won't see too much. We see some Yari Ashigaru. No Naginata monks this time, so no limit to be broken there, hopefully. Matchlocks are off in the trees. Now, I wonder if he's going to maybe try and distract Scrambles with some bow cavalry action on his cavalry, and then maybe move the matchlocks up for a big shot here in the flank. Maybe start shooting at these bow warrior monks. Because he's got them hidden off in the trees like he wants to use them, but maybe just going to be conserving them for the infantry battle. So Tree has both the buildings. He's going to need to move out here soon for the anti-camping rule. But since this isn't clearly camping yet, I mean, I'm going to be lenient with it. I've explained that before. It's just to prevent camping. It's not something to be a stickler about. As long as it looks like, yeah, you're thinking about attacking at least, you'll be good. There we go, he's moving out, so no worries there. Matchlock's moving as well. Not going to be hidden like these two, but it'd be really nice to get the element of surprise with that. But I guess he does know they're there. But hey, your opponent would always forget about it. One lone arrow is going to be shot. Oh, it didn't hit anybody. That would have been kind of cool if that one solitary arrow went and hit somebody. The whole force is now shifting over to the trees, which is kind of interesting. Maybe to put as much distance between his infantry and Scrambles' cavalry as possible, because they are hidden in the trees, but they just pulled out and will now be repositioning. So not going to work quite well, but at least they're going to be on the mini-map now and won't be forgotten about. Are the bow monks going to be firing? They are not shooting yet. Seems like they would be in range by now. They just want to be shooting in the trees. Oh, they're hidden, that's why, of course. It all makes sense now. He's got something to deal with back here with the cavalry. He's going to try and maybe get some skirmishing in. Because he actually, you know, Tree has a big advantage here. As long as he can stick close to his army, the cavalry's not going to be able to come near him. Because if the cavalry, you know, overreaches and comes into range of the infantry, you could lose this whole cavalry component. And if you lose this cavalry component, this is pretty much going to be over. Though the two bow monks could do some damage, but it's just so many infantrymen for Tree. Oh man, is he actually going to... Oh, he's actually committing. If he gets surrounded here and his cavalry gets pinned down, this would be huge. Starting to pull back. Got a nice charge off. Killed about 35 Ashigaru, and they're wavering, and they may just rout, but probably not. There they go. They're back in steady. So they're not going to rout. Oh, he's pulling back now. He's actually going to commit. Now that's interesting. A Katana cavalry comes out of hiding as well, and Scrambles is the one going to be pushing an attack here. Not sure if that's wise. I mean, he did have the range advantage with his bow monk, so he could have skirmished a lot better. But he's just leaving his cavalry in here, which is not going to be good. They're just going to get torn apart by these Yaris, even Yari Ashigaru, especially elite Yari Ashigaru. Matchlocks are setting up as well. Will they get a shot off before the cavalry hits them? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there it goes. Nice shot into the flank of the cavalry. Kills about 9 of them, but they are going to be taken out. And there goes all of Scrambles' cavalry, and he's in big trouble right now. His infantry line is just not nearly as competitive as Tree's is. He has some Yari Ashigaru, but they're pretty fresh. And going up against elite Yari Ashigaru in bigger numbers, it's not going to work out well for Scrambles. Matchlock's doing a good job of just taking the heat and getting Scrambles to clump up a little bit. And a big charge from the bow cavalry into the ranged units is going to shut down these Matchlocks and the bows. So that'll mean that Scrambles won't really have anything to turn the infantry battle in his favor if these missile units get taken out, because the cavalry's gone and all he'll have left are Yari Ashigaru and the Yari Hero, and they're not going to be able to stand up to this massive Yari Ashigaru. So Tree is just staying calm here and just trying to get a good engage off. Surrounding as much as he can, get those missile units dead. He's flanking with the bow cavalry. I think that's definitely where I'd be hitting right now, unless his general was wide open, which at the moment he is, so a little bit of danger there, but ooh, maybe going in a little early. Not going to get a good charge off from that angle. Should have taken the time to set up and get a really big charge in, but it might not matter at this point as we see some wavering in the front of Scrambles. The Matchlocks are finally going to start shooting the samurai here, but they are tied down by now you're not a monk. Rallies pop for Scrambles. You can see a little bit of wavering, but it's just a missile unit. It's not going to be huge. Just the Yari Ashigaru advancing in Spear Wall. Should maybe take him out of Spear Wall and try and get a big charge going, but he's got a lot of micro. Can't blame him for missing every little bit. Matchlocks are totally, the missile units are totally tied down. They will be next to useless at this point. The general's in stand and fight. His whole flank just collapses at once, and he's going to be able to just collapse in and finish off Scrambles here. It looks like he's going to get the sweep, 2-0. A nice convincing win here by Tree. Lots of wavering by Scrambles. There goes the general. All his units are going to fall all at once. Just wait for the coup de grace here. Matchlock Samurai, 31 men. Yari Ashigaru are wavering. I wonder where the hero went. It's kind of interesting that he would be routing so quickly, but just one unit left. Wavering needs to break. There he goes. He shattered, so Tree takes the series 2-0. See you back on the main menu. Well, the Curse of the Mori claims another. Scrambles not able to pull out the series between Tree. Tree with 2 convincing wins is going to be moving on to winners round 3. Scrambles going down to the losers bracket. Very solid play there by Tree, and I really like the army composition. These big spear armies that we're seeing a little bit of in this tournament, I think it's really cool and innovative. You don't really see much stuff like that, you know, besides knocking out a monk spam, but that doesn't count. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I haven't ran the numbers on this yet, but it's just kind of funny how it always seems like the player playing Hojo ends up winning. The only Mori I can think of winning is Prussian Prince, who's been Mori in both of his rounds so far and won. So definitely the champion of the Mori clan right now is Prussian Prince, and you can be sure that no matter how he ends up in this tournament, he'll probably claim that honorary title as the Hojos keep winning and winning and winning. It's just crazy to see. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you in the next match.